Hi guys, welcome to this video. This video belongs to chapter 2. In chapter 2 we will be programming our own experiment, which will be a go, no-go task. And before we start scripting, I think it's useful to show you which element almost each psychological experiment has and which specific element we need for this go, no-go task. So, as I told you in the previous video, you could compare the script for an experiment with a recipe for a nice meal. And what we're going to do is have a closer look at a psychological experiment in general, which is shown in red, and the specific things for our experiment, which are typed in these white areas. So, before we start with the experiment, it's always useful to ask some personal details of your subject, which in our case will be name, age, and gender. It's very useful to actually save these things, since it's very important to correct for these factors at the end of our experiment. So if we know who we are testing, how old they are, and what is their gender, we can start with step 2, giving them instruction. And for this specific go, no-go task, it's actually very easy. Namely, the instruction is, if you see go, press the G button, and if you see no-go, you do nothing. So, now the participant knows what we're going to do, and then we go to step 3. We're going to show them our stimuli. And, we have just two types of stimuli. One time it will be go, and one time, sometimes it will be no-go. And we're just going to repeat these words, let's say 20 times. Okay, so now we're going to step 4, save the response. Namely, if the stimuli that we showed was go, and somebody presses the G button, we will call that as a hit. However, if somebody did not pay attention, and the stimuli was actually no-go, but they still pressed the button, then we're going to hit it as, or save it as a false alarm. And then we go to the last step of an experiment, which is actually the user feedback. And it's, for instance, I think it's always nice to thank the participant for participating. And maybe you want to give some feedback on the performance. For instance, you had 18 out of 20 hits. Well, this is the actual structure of the experiment we're going to make. There's just one last thing we need to do. We need to go to the Neuro task environment. And what I will show you, so I already logged in. You can log in this area. And what you do after that is you press scripts. Then we're going to make a new script. And let's just call it go part 1. Create. And this is the area where we're going to type our experiment. That was it for this video. I hope to see you guys again. Thanks for watching.